All right, what up, guys? So, in this video, it's just kind of like a mindset video, just like a real talk video, and I want to give y'all my plan on how I've gone from, 5 payouts on this one account to now taking my trading to the next level and making a fuck ton of money. So, to start off, I had one Lucid 25K that I pulled 5 payouts on. Complete transparency, 3.4K, which I can, proof of it is actually in my Discord. So say I was going to show proof. Go look in the payout section of the Discord. 3.4K from this one Lucid account. With that money, I bought 5 evals. Now I'm currently past one of them. Still have 4 evals because I had a Tradecopia issue like 2 times. One time I forgot to turn Tradecopia on, and the other time it just didn't fucking copy trade. It's bullshit. Whatever. They would have been passed by now. But anyways, you need like $1,000 to pass the four. Just a little over 1,000 to pass these four. But yeah, so my plan going forward is to obviously have these 5 evals passed and take 4 wins of $500 and then one winning day of 150. That puts me at like 1,150 account balance on, or I'm sorry, 2,150 account balance on all accounts. Pull out 1,050 on all five every 5 days. And so that would give me a 5K payout. With that money, I'm going to buy 5 more accounts, do the same exact thing. That turns into a 10K payout. Then after that, I'm buying 20 Apex accounts and doing the same thing. And that's a $30,000 month after the profit split. I think it's like $27,000 to the bank. So hold on, that just fucking. Anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, but I've had a lot of mindset problems, and my mind, I don't know, I've just kind of fallen into just like a weird headspace recently doing this. The first problem that I had, which I've overcome now, is not I was afraid of risking heavy and blowing the accounts, right? The first when I first got on 5 accounts on 5 evals, I was trading them like an XFA. But like worse than an XFA. Like I was trading them very scared, like risking super, super, super light, and it was taking ages to make any kind of money on them to pass, right? Because I have a loss, and all of a sudden it just pretty much wipes out all the progress, or pretty close to all the progress that I made. So I was having a problem with risking heavy, and I think that ties back into, again, being scared. And it's literally trading scared. Like if I'm taking the setup that I'm confident in, which I know how to trade. I mean, I've pulling money out of the market, made money on a screen into my bank account. So it's not that I don't know how to trade, but I just got in my own head and I got scared about it because it's $500 to buy max allocation, whatever, you know what I mean? So that was the first kind of loop that I fell into. And recently, the second one that after I finally overcame that, and started actually risking them heavy and trading them like I should have been from the beginning. The second loop that I fell into was, and this is like the main one that I want to talk about, is FOMO, the fear of missing out, and having no trade days. A no trade day for me, like a few weeks ago, meant that I wasn't making any kind of progress, and which is just not true at all. Like if I wasn't confident in a setup, then that means I protected my capital, and that means you're protecting your capital. You don't need to have a trade every single day. If you're not confident in a trade, don't take it. That's still progress because the whole game is to not lose, essentially, right? I mean, if you can, take a few trades a month, win, and not lose, or lose honestly just less than you win, you're in a good space, right? You're profitable. If you win more than you lose, you're profitable. So I don't know. I was just having a problem with no trade days because I felt like I wasn't making any progress, and that led to me forcing trades and taking bad setups and staring at the screen for so long, for hours and hours and hours, trading AM session, PM session, Asia session. Like it was bad for like literally, this was me like 3 weeks ago. I'm not gonna lie. And it was bad for a minute. I was trading all of these sessions and just trying to find a trade, and all of a sudden there still wouldn't be a trade, and I'd force one and I'd take a loss, and it would fuck up my uh progress on the eval. So it's just like it sucked for a minute, but like I really had to slow down. I started journaling a lot, which really helped me, and I just realized that I'm not gonna take a trade every day, and there's also no rush. At least for me, like I'm a very ambitious person, and I like to do everything at once. I like to have my whole future planned out. I like to get things done and work very fast and feel like I'm always working hard or working towards something. But this game of trading actually requires you to do as less as possible, right? It doesn't require you to work harder. It doesn't require you to learn more, right? This is the one skill out there that as soon as you learn what you need to do, right? All of us, we've already opened up TradingView for the first time. We've already watched TGR's bootcamp for the first time. Like, there's nothing new we have to learn. If you have gotten a single payout, right, it proves you have made money from your computer into your bank account trading the market. You know what you're doing, right? You have the skill, you have enough knowledge. Now it's just about doing that same thing, that boring, consistent process over and over and over again. And that's what it eventually compounds into 10, 20, 30K months, 40, 50K months, right? And that's what I'm learning myself. And even though I'm not at that stage yet, I promise you by the end of the year I will be. And I am so confident that by the end of the year, there is no reason I will not be making $30,000 a month from this. No doubt in my mind at all, because and another thing that like I had to learn these lessons. You know what I mean? I was sitting in Portugal on finally passed my first set of I passed 5 evals sitting like I was just in Portugal a few weeks ago. I was on 5xFAs. I had already 2 wins. I was 3 days away from 5K payout, and I just completely blew up during Asia last night because I couldn't handle having a no trade day. I couldn't handle just getting off and going to bed. Ended up blowing them all during Asia, and I had to get back on 5 evals, which are almost past now. But it's just like I completely delayed this journey for myself, but it taught me this lesson that I'm giving y'all now. So, it needed to happen. That's why I really believe like God gives you these lessons in order to better you. And but something that I heard today in a video was, like the farther that you stretch a bow and arrow back, that pulling back, the farther and farther you go, the more resistance you feel, right? It's going to be hard. That's you struggling. That's the trials. That's everything that you need to learn. But the farther you pull it back, the further it's going to shoot, right? So it's like I needed to learn these lessons. I needed to have this, because if I didn't have this knowledge, if I didn't learn these lessons now on such a small scale, and I was having to learn them on 30 accounts, right? Like I would not be able to live this life that I dream of if I hadn't learned these lessons. So yeah, that's my TED Talk for the day. That's what's kind of been on my mind, and I'm gonna continue making more education videos like this and market recaps and all that kind of stuff. So subscribe to my YouTube and join my free Discord. I don't sell a course, I don't sell anything. Yeah, bye.